it's because I'm mismanaging myself through it all. I'm mismanaging myself. Like I'm fumbling me. You know how what's going on, good people? Peace be still. Listen, it's the 86th installment of Mighty Mondays with yours truly, Coach Mitchell. Listen, our number one job is to manage ourselves accordingly. Take responsibility for us and our actions and our responses and manage us accordingly. If something is off, you know what I'm saying? Like I've experienced this numerous of times where I'm just going through life like our day to day and this is happening. Grab the kids, get the kids, kiss the wife, grab this and go here, run these errands. And then it's like, I'm going to play basketball. Like I enjoy basketball, but something's off. Like I'm like, okay, let me read a book and I'm reading a book. I'm like, something is off. Like what is off? And usually like that off feeling, that off vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in that like off frequency where it's just like something's not right. Like I know you've been there before where something is just not right. And I'm growing to understand that it's because I'm mismanaging myself through it all. I'm mismanaging myself. Like I'm fumbling me. You know how people say, hey, he fumbled the bag, he fumbled her, he fumbled this, he fumbled the job. Like I'm fumbling me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally fumbling my way through life rather than managing my way through it. Like taking what I have and managing it properly. You know what I'm saying? Like my thoughts, I'm mismanaging my thoughts. Like you get in these spaces where like, are you managing your thoughts in a way where you're encouraging yourself or discouraging yourself? You know what I'm saying? Do you have too many thoughts coming by way of fear or by way of love and acceptance and willingness and compassion and grace and faithfulness? You know what I'm saying? Are you managing it properly? Like that's what managing it properly looks like. Managing it to the point where you have a sense of awareness and why you're making these certain decisions and the purpose of these decisions and the benefits of these decisions. Like, you know, being aware that every decision that you make have a consequence that follows. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I managing my life where my consequences are beautiful? You know what I'm saying? Are beneficial? You know, will help me in the long run. Am I managing myself in that way? You know, am I taking time out to self-care? You know what I'm saying? To really take care of myself. Like, you know, like, oh man, how am I feeling right now? Like, why am I feeling that right now? You know what I'm saying? Like accepting that I'm feeling that right now. You know, like, am I journaling? Like, am I using my weapons? Am I journaling? Am I meditating? Meditating mean, am I observing me? Am I taking time to observe me and learn me? And continuously be a student through this thing called life? Am I taking that time? You know, like, am I journaling and just getting the thoughts out of here and getting it on paper and reading it and sorting it out that way? Just getting it out, just throwing it up on paper. Am I doing that? Am I meditating? Am I praying? You know what I'm saying? Like prayer changes the situation. You are the situation. Prayer changes the situation and you are the situation that it changes. Like it's your job to manage the situation and resituate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. When you manage the situation, which is you're situated different as it relates to your life and your daily movements. You're situated differently. So prayer will situate you differently, where you see it differently, where you start to approach it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I managing myself in a way where I'm tapping into those weapons? Prayer, meditation, and journaling. Am I managing myself properly as it relates to that? Like physically, am I allowing myself the proper movements throughout the day? Just going for a walk, just getting up and moving, not allowing myself to be in a funk. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I looking at the workload or the work before me as insurmountable? Am I looking at it that way? Am I overwhelming myself? Like managing it properly is taking bits and pieces and just taking bits and pieces slowly but surely, doing the small things, that gets you great results. You know what I'm saying? Just small things. Doing the small things. Like, don't overthink it. Don't overwhelm myself. Am I doing this? Am I managing myself where I'm like, okay, it's the small steps. You're overthinking this. Like, do this and then do the next best thing that follows, and so forth. But ultimately, when you in that funk and you down and the vibe is off, you are mismanaging yourself. You're mismanaging yourself. You're mismanaging your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, your beliefs is out of order. Like, your self-image is out of order. Your sense of self-worth. Like, you're mismanaging yourself. You're doing a lot of stuff that don't give you great benefits for the future. You know what I'm saying? You putting yourself behind the 8 ball by the way that you're managing your imagination. Like, you thinking the worst thing possible. You know what I'm saying? You being very destructive. Like, there's no creativity in your thinking. Nothing creative to where it's gonna get you great results in the future. So I hope this helped you. But just be real cognizant of that and really pay attention to that. Like, am I managing myself properly? Am I managing myself in a way where it gives me the best chance to live the most fruitful life? I love y'all. Stay peaceful, and thank you for watching another installment of Mighty Mondays.